Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogion Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. Hope everybody's having a good night. It's good to see everybody already in chat. Right on. Mr. Lee, what's up? Donald Fuller, how's it going? Hey, Lockbeard. Ben T, what's up, man? Mr. Fritz, what's going on, Jay? I know I saw Sandra Piper in here. Yeah, there's Danny. What's up, Danny? Danny Staten, whatever. Never knew if it was a long A or not. Oh, Mugs is in chat. Right on. What's up, Mugs? I hope everybody's doing good. Tuesday already. God damn. Excuse me. Sorry. Gosh darn. These weekends go by quick, I'm telling you. Faster Man, what's up? Hey, Sugar Britches. Angel Nolan, welcome, welcome. Ellen, Holistic Haven. Excuse me. I always screw it up anyway. Mr. Spikes, what's up, Gary? So what's going on with everybody tonight? Yeah, I'm wearing white. Don't crucify me. Seems like a good spot for glasses. Actually, I'm wearing Old Bear's Den of Bigfoot. Now you guys can we can talk about Ralph all day, but in the end, I like the way he tells the story. So I don't know what's got his panties in a bunch, but hopefully, good pluck will straighten that out. Ida Bustamante, how are you? Mr. Haywood, Michael? No, I like Ralph. Him and his wife, they were awesome. Just, don't necessarily agree with how he tells the story, but like the ones he tells online, I enjoy listening to him. I guess it's just a matter you want to believe or you don't want to believe. It's up to you. So I'm not gonna shun him. Plus, it's a comfortable shirt. Shows off my tan too. Been spending too much time outside. Cindy Finn, what's up, girl? Mr. Dodman, good day. Tight lines. Speaking of tight lines, so Saturday we had the memorial service for my dad, and it was cool. It was warm, but I did the cooking. I just stayed at the grill most of the time, and then when it was time to fish, I kind of bailed and went and threw a couple worms in the water. Everybody kind of went and did their own thing and fished, but we had a good time. I caught a sunny, and then I got a rainbow trout. I was surprised there were still holdovers in the pond, but they're gonna. It's been getting hot here. It's gonna get hot all across the south. So hopefully you guys can stay cool if you're affected by it. But yeah, once that water starts to warm up, those trout will either die or just get eaten by the bass. I mean, they're getting eaten by the bass now anyway, but there's some big bass in there. So yeah, it was cool. It was funny to hear some stories. People got up and told some funny stories about my dad, and it was fun. Pyromedic, how's it going? Suzanne, hello. Not gonna lie, it's hot as hell in here. So yeah, if you're new, first time here, or not familiar with the show, um, we just hang out. No, this show is all about you guys. What you guys want to talk about. You guys come on and you got a story to tell. You got anything you want to say, questions you want to ask. I put the link in chat, and anybody who wants to pop on can click on the link. All you have to do is follow the directions, and it's pretty simple. If you don't want to be on screen, at the bottom of the screen it says stop camera. You can stop camera, and you don't have to be on screen. All I ask is that you do turn off YouTube so we don't get a bad echo when you're on StreamYard. It's pretty simple. Hey, Murray. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm getting psyched about this trip. Gotta get up there and do some scouting out. My concern is we get up there and there's no place to camp. Because it gets it can get crowded up there. But no, there's plenty of space up there, I'm sure. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Damn it. Maybe I still can. Yesterday I went down to the river here in town. It's Verde River. That's what it's called. The Verde River. And I hiked in, I drove to Polaris as far as I could, and then I hiked, half mile, whatever it was. River was too slow, but I went in to actually take pictures of some structures, I guess. I mean, I saw them. The one I saw about a month ago, and it's right on the water bank. It's just odd. It looks like a tiny little, the way it's set up, it looks like a tiny little cage. And there's some other, I have to, they're on my phone. Shit. I was going to download them to the computer, but I forgot. Let's see. You guys aren't going to be able to see this. I mean, shit that was obviously not made by nature, I don't know if you can see this. I mean, there's stacked sticks, and they're right on the river. It's like they're using snags. They could be, the homeless just looking for a shady spot. No idea. But when that river floods, it floods, and all those, I'm going to download this so I can play it. I can't do it right now. I'll do that Thursday. I apologize. I meant to do it today. I'm not going to do it now. Yeah, it was pretty cool. There's just these different structures that they look more like lean-tos but they're built out of snags, where the water rushed down and everything kind of built up, all logs and shit. It's interesting. Stevie B seen some of the footage. Then there's some X's that Bigfooters would be like, oh shit, look at those X, the double X. It's beaver. Beaver took down this tree, and it's weird because two trees fell right on the same exact tree, and they're high up. This X is huge, but yeah, the beaver took down the tree. Purple Hobbit, what's going on, man? Chessboard, good to see you. But yeah, I think this is the same place where the BFRO has a report. It's an audio, like a vocal. Somebody heard a scream or something down by the river there. But it's in the same spot. where I'm looking. Did see some homeless guy bathing, like I'm walking along and look up and I see a dog in the water. Next thing I know, this guy's getting in the water. I'm like, oh, okay. Come on, Mogs, do it now. You know what, dude? I don't. I have to figure out how to download from. I can probably do it. Hold on. Let me light this. Cord. 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 Well, I can't. Either I unplug the mic or I unplug the camera. I've only got 2 USB plugs in this laptop. It's going to have to wait. Sorry. No, it's pretty cool. I mean, lot of dead trees, down trees from these the beaver in this river. I don't recall them being down that far over the years. They were always upstream further. So yeah, they're taking down cottonwoods. They're taking down whatever. Uncle Bones, what's happening, man? Saw you last night. Was it last night? Yeah, you were on. The hell, Jeff. I just caught the end of it. Didn't drop in. What's up, Lockbeard? I know I said hi earlier, but into all the motherfuckers have you blocked. I don't think there's anybody in here that would have you blocked. NAC, what's going on? Mr. Hugh. Beauty all around me. How are you, Beauty? Does that mean Jarrett's around here somewhere? Pocket Watch, how's it going? Who else? I think we're all caught up. Oh, you know what? If I'm going to put it, I have to post the link. It helps. Don't mind me. All right. Link is in chat. If you want to use it, you want to pop on, say what's up, say hi, say, hey, let's talk about this. Rosemary, how are you? Hey, Sharon. Who else? Oh, what else is going on? So much shit going on personally. I'm just trying to sort it out. Yeah, so when I went over to the river to fish, this one section of river where I usually fish, it's a lot wider than downstream, but it was low, so it was just flowing too slow. I didn't even bother fishing there. I just filmed a little bit and then worked my way back downstream into some faster water. I really didn't fish. I could have went further down, which I was headed, until I ran into the guy bathing, and I was like, no, I'll go back this way. Yeah, I just felt, but I know a lot of spots in that river that are pretty cool. But it all depends on the water level. There's this one spot that's pretty good that, like, it's a horse crossing, so it kind of sucks because they run horses in the state park and they do their trail ride through the river and do a loop and go back through the river again. But that last crossing is like right in this big pool. Yeah, it's funny. You could fish on that river, and next thing you know, there's people swimming next to you, and you're like, okay, time to move. That happens quite often. And what I'm going to do is I want to start. It's starting to get hot, but I know the water's still cold. And actually, in the Oak Creek, the water's always pretty cold. But I want to go downstream of these places that like the state parks, like Slide Rock State Park. People swim in there all the time. You know, you got to pay to get in state park. It's, you know, look it up. It's pretty cool. But there, and also like Red Rock State Park, I want to swim down there. But I have snorkeling gear. I want to start doing some treasure hunting. You know, people drop shit all the time in water. You know, you'll find glasses, but it's a matter of finding where all this stuff would end up. You know, because you have two spots that were popular swimming holes. So I just think it'd be cool. You know, find phones, glasses, whatever, jewelry. It's just something I want to do. You know, the helmet I have, the mask I have has the spot for the mount for the GoPro. So I just have to get a GoPro. Neon Moon, hello, hello. Hey, Brandy. BF Bud, what's up, man? How's Angie doing? Flyby Stew, good to see you. I think I got everybody. If not, I apologize. All right, guys, I've been posting the link in chat. You guys know how it works. Just click on it, fill in the details, follow the directions, and come bullshit. I'm lonely. Plus, I run out of shit to talk about. So, one thing, hey, Prairie Fire. Patrick Vaughn, how's it going? This guy again? Hey, you turned on me, not the other way around. You know what I mean. You push the button. Harry Man Hookses and Hoodwinks. How's it going, Nikki? Good to see you. Some more and more keep popping in. Happens every time. You don't know how hard it is right now for me not to break into song. Excuse me. That's a good song. Looking Glass? Yeah. That's who did that. Hang on. Right on the other side of this wall is a gate that I put up to keep the dogs in. So I guess my nephew just walked through because I hear it open, and you can probably hear it creaking. He's still going through it. He's trying to be quiet. Papa Craig, what's happening? Stevie said sing it. What else is going on? I'm hot. don't mean that. So I'm wondering if you left the gate open over here. Hold on. That was weird. It's like somebody was going through the gate, but kept going back and forth. I don't know if they left the gate open and the wind's blowing it. Central Vermont porcupine research. What's happening? That's funny. If you're legit, it's still funny as fuck. The chat is flying? I hope not. Hey, Sue. G'day. How you doing? Hope all is good and tomorrow. Oh, it is tomorrow there. What is it, like somewhere around 1 a.m.? No. Shit. 1 p.m. Wednesday. Somewhere around there. What time is it over there, Sue? So yeah, anybody wants to pop on? Oh, Matt, what's up, buddy? Central Florida Bigfoot. Haven't seen you in a while, man. We haven't talked in a while. You should actually you should pop on, dude. I got some questions. It's actually a camera question. Something I want to try. Just going old school with 35 millimeter and VHS-C. I want to go a little old school. But here, I will post that in case you decide to pop on. Who else? Yeah, so I hope people are able to make it in July. It should be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope we get rains before then so we can have campfires. If not, I'm going to try to hook up a couple propane, fire pits. As long as you can turn them off, you can use them. You can't burn anything except, gas. And if worst comes to worst, we'll make one. I don't know how the fire started, sir. It was a pretty forest. Grasshopper, what's up? Just got home from work. That's what's up. All right. Papa Craig. I hear the neighbors. Chris Jarvis, what's up, man? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, Scotty, Mr. Waddles. This is what happens when I go on early. The neighbors start arguing, or the kids get loud, or the dogs start barking. Let's see. So yeah, you guys are gonna leave me out here to dry, to hang me out to dry here. Um, I get it. I feel like I'm missing somebody here. So I had Rosemary. Anyway, you guys been checking out that Expedition Bigfoot? Just watched actually, I was distracted, so I really didn't catch the whole episode, so I have to go back and watch it. Again, Stevie's seen them all, so she wants to like be the spoiler alert. Well, I mean, like I'm waiting for them weekly to come out, and she's already seen them, so she's like, "Oh, yeah, I got to tell you about this," and I'm like, "Shut up." I don't know. I appreciate the way they're doing it. You know, they're actually doing research in unconventional ways. I mean, they're using shit ton of technology, but they're trying to make it work for them. You know, the best way they can is it's basically by saturating the whole area with technology. Pocket watch is like you're usually pretty quiet on your lives and let your guests speak. Well, it's nobody wants to hear me speak. It's your stage now. What's up? What's up, Gary? All right, I think your YouTube is on.
Let me mute it.
Well, you muted your mic, but you didn't. You got to turn off the. If YouTube's on in the background, you got to turn that off or mute that because you muted your mic. I'll figure it out. I didn't do that. I think Gary was thinking about talk. Somebody mentioned Gary coming out. That'd be cool. I'll bring the sewing kit. He knows what that means. Suzanne, you don't have to have a subject. Just come on and see what happens. Who knows? Might talk about something else or that. It's not like you have to ask. Throwing the fucking link out there. 11:28. I was close. I thought it was around 1. Very nice. Enjoy your Wednesday. Oh, that's fine, Suzanne, but pick one when you get here. Oh, man. I get this burning sensation in these muscles back here, and it's just brutal. I don't know if it's from, like typing, keep my shoulders shrugged. I have a bone spur on my neck. Could be that. I don't know. Oh, jeez. Smurf, huh?
Yeah, Smurf today.
Don't worry, Murray.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How you been?
Oh, bored out of my freaking mind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No rain, dry as a popcorn fart here.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Mog.
Manitoba and too much rain in BC. We're not getting nothing here.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I know there's a lot of people getting rain out there now, but I'm surprised. I haven't seen rain here since weeks.
Trying to cut the grass out
Or
in the yard.
months.
Can't do it. There's not enough.
Hold on.
Oh, is that me?
I'm gonna mute Gary for a second because I'm still getting a bad echo.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's
Well,
Gary.
I shut my TV off, so I'm just on my phone.
Let's see. Unmute
It's
that.
not me, Moggs. I muted YouTube.
Doesn't sound bad now. I don't hear it.
No, it sounds pretty good.
Right on. Yeah, every time you come on, Marie, something goes wrong.
Blame it on me, man.
So how you doing, Gary?
Pretty good. I was just going to let you know I'm not going to get to make it. I can't get my truck fixed.
Oh, damn.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we keep finding more and more problems, and I hadn't even got the transmission out yet.
Oh, geez. That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Hi, Christy.
I'd come, but I'd have to steal some
What's
gas.
up, Christy? He overbuilt? Yeah, I know. Like Jay Fritz and Stevie B, they're going to hook up together. Maybe somebody else might be with them. So they're just kind of, because gas is so expensive, and it's
Well, you're
easier
better
for
than fly
people to
anyway.
chip in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's like a 15-hour drive for me.
Yeah.
That's not terrible, actually.
It's not bad, but I figured it up and it'd cost me about $1,000 if my truck was running.
That's terrible.
It'd probably take me 4 days to get down there.
Well,
At least.
no, and I get it. I understand that completely, but there will be other ones,
Oh, yeah.
This was just like, I'm like, what, why not? What the hell? Let's hang out, So, we'll see how this goes, but I plan on doing something, probably back east, where, I don't know.
Well, like I said, if I had my truck running, I'd try to make it, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get my truck running
No,
in
it's all
time.
right. It's all right, man.
Been down 2 months now, and it's driving me nuts.
That long already? Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I got the 1 ton, but it gets 10 mile per gallon compared to my pickup with 20 mile per gallon.
Slight difference.
Yeah.
I used to have a 1 ton. I know what you're talking about.
That's yeah, it's and there's no like relief in sight. I
No.
heard that gas prices might not go down until November. It's like, what?
You know what the worst part about it is, Mogg? I can only go to farm ponds close to me that it's close enough to me I can take my 4-wheeler. I can't take my 2-man out to my best ponds because I have to get on the highway.
Sure. Yeah, well, I'm driving the Polaris, the side by side around because it's so much better on gas. There's I could use a truck, but why?
Well, I drove my 4-wheeler and drug my 2-man to a pond over here by me last Saturday.
I
That's
bet you
what
got some good bass in those farm ponds.
I've got. It's what North Alabama was talking about. I cleaned 29 fish Sunday morning, all bass. I caught Saturday.
Wow.
Sure was good too. We ate them today.
Big old fish fry.
Yeah.
I've got a freezer full of trout. Literally, they're gutted and headed. I might bring them up with me.
Yeah, if I was going to get to make it, I'd try to bring a big old batch of bass or crappie.
Ooh, I love crappie.
These ponds I fish are full of crappie.
Well, right in here in town, at the state park, there are some crappie in there. I've seen them caught. Never caught one. But you're not allowed to use live bait like minnows in these ponds.
I don't. You know what my best bait is?
Crappie jig.
It's called a beetle spin.
Okay.
And I catch all my bass and 75% of my crappie and bass is on a beetle spin. Walmart carries them.
Now, what is it? Is it what kind of lure is it? spinner.
Yeah, it's
You
it's
know,
a small spinner. I use it. They've got 1/8 ounce and 1/4 ounce. I use the 1/8 ounce, and it's just a little spinner with a grub on the bottom of it. My favorite color is yellow.
right on. Yeah, and fishing from shore in these, it's weird. The depths of these little ponds are weird. Like I could stand on the shore and cast way out, where it's 3/4 of the way across the pond, and yet it ends up 10 feet in front of me. It's like, how deep is this thing?
Right now, these ponds around here, we've been in such a drought that the one I went to Saturday afternoon was down about 6 foot.
Oh wow.
The one I went Saturday morning, it's not that bad. It was probably only down 3 foot, but some of them down here is just almost bone dry.
The river's low here, and they divert the water from the river for these 3 lagoons. They call them lagoons. They're ponds, but they feed into each other. So they're always pretty. They're never really low, because it's river fed.
Can
But
you put
yeah,
a 2 man on them?
no motorboats. You could
No,
put
this got electric trolling motor on it. No
absolutely.
gas powered.
Yeah,
Need to bring that out there then.
yeah. I'm pretty sure you can use trolling motors on it. Hopefully, I just didn't misspeak. And it's not big. I mean, kayaks are awesome out there. They're not big lakes or ponds or whatever you want to call them, but yeah, you can tool around them in a boat.
Well, some of these ponds I fish aren't that big either, but there's so much brush around them you can't walk around them. You have to get out in the middle of them and throw back towards the bank.
Yeah, the one pond, the last pond is good for that because there's a long dock that goes out into the lake, so you can fish the banks from you have access to the bank.
Yeah.
What's up, Kim? Hey, Anita. Donald says, Mogan Monster, the banjo minnow is a key for killing them. You can tell by the infomercial. You know what I
They
just
look
found?
good.
You know what I found today? And I had ordered them and I gave them to my dad a long time ago. Was the flying lure.
Yeah.
It came in that little plastic box, and the weight, yeah.
Yeah, I got them years ago.
You know what? They work. I caught a
That
crappie on one of those.
I've never caught a fish on them over here.
Really?
No.
No, I caught a crappie in New Jersey on one of them.
I'll tell you, another one was the helicopter lure. You remember those?
Vaguely.
They got 4 blades on them, and they sit there and spin on top of the water like that. I couldn't catch a fish on them. I gave them to one of my cousins, and he caught fish on them.
Go figure. That's weird. And then there's just like so many lures that my dad has that I'm like, I've never used them before, certain lures. All right, we're getting feedback from somebody.
That's me.
Yeah, it is.
I go for a while. I'll talk to you later.
All right, dude. It was great to see you.
Yeah, good to see
Thanks
you.
for popping on.
Yeah, see you guys.
See ya.
Good to see Murray.
I just thought I'd get on here and let you know that I wasn't going to get to make it.
No, that's fine, dude. That's fine.
I really wanted to.
No, I know. I enjoyed our, hanging out with you that night and then walking
That
around
was cool down at Brown Springs.
Brown Springs. Yeah.
I want to get back on the river, but it flooded up north, and all the rivers are high now, right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We are going to. I'm going to ride with Junior this weekend, and we're headed up to a lake up by the Kansas line. We're going to do some investigating up there.
Oh, cool.
Then as soon as I can get my truck back on the road, I'm going to that lake camping for 4 days. It's supposed to be one of the best catfish lakes in the state.
Oh, really? Yeah, they had just a couple days ago. They stocked. Well, it was last week because now we're already into Tuesday. They had stocked the ponds up there with catfish. It's the only thing they stock is catfish and trout. Um, but there's crappie and there's bass. There's some big bass in there. Oh man, I've seen 10 pounders in there. But
I
trying to get them
It's where I'm
right
weird.
is nuts.
I like catching the big ones, but I always put them back.
Oh yeah, me too.
I keep them up to two and 2.5 pounds for eating. They're the best eating.
That's the same thing with catfish. I keep that certain size. Anything bigger goes back. Sounds
Yeah,
weird.
Pyro's said it right there. 10 inches of rain in a couple hours. That hit up north,
Oh,
and it really raised the rivers up. Now
oh
here I've
my!
only had, I think I've had 3.5 inches in the last month.
Wow, we haven't even had that. But there was a um, between the time that I moved away from Arizona, went to Florida, and came back. They had a storm here that dumped 3 inches in about 2 hours, and the water has no place to go. And Susan will tell you when these washes flow, they flow.
Yeah, yeah.
And this girl went to cross the street, cross the wash, um, right behind my dad's house, and she got swept away. Didn't make it. So it's kind of weird, you know.
You heard about those tornadoes here recently, didn't you? Two of them hit Seminole the same night.
Oh, I've
Yeah,
Where
heard.
are
that's
you,
just.
Gary? Where do you live?
I live in South Central Oklahoma.
Oh, my husband is from Muskogee. I love Oklahoma.
Well, that Seminole is a little bit south and west of Muskogee, and
I love
two
it there.
tornadoes hit it in the same night. That's 30 miles from me.
Wow. Well, prayers to anybody that's been affected by the
Yeah.
weather, and hope everybody's safe. And that's
It's
scary.
been. It ain't just here. It's all over. They've
No,
been
I
hitting
know.
Alabama, and it's ridiculous.
And now there's a heat wave
Yeah,
that's going to affect the whole South from Southern California all the way to Florida.
yeah. It's hitting us, and everybody's afraid there's not going to be enough hay for next winter.
Oh yeah, the hay can get messed up, like moldy, right? And
Well,
good
it just
hay.
don't grow.
Oh yeah.
We went and checked the hay fields today. We were going to start baling next week. They're just not growing enough to bale.
Wow. Do you have a ranch?
No, I work part time on one.
Oh, my father-in-law has a cattle ranch, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got close to 100 head.
There's a little ranch here in town that I drive by a lot, and it's cool because it's down by the river. A lot of property. They have cattle. They have horses, and you're not supposed to. It says private drive, but I cruise through it anyway. Well, the dispensary is right there, so I'm not going around.
And right there's like a farmer's market too, and we always get corn right there and stuff too.
You know where I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now, Moggs, you'd drive through anyway. Somebody that drive a big old U-Haul down to Brown Springs. I can't believe you made it in there with that.
Towing a pop-up.
Yeah, throwing a pop-up.
Those cops were like, nice setup. We're in the
That was
middle of
cool,
Brown
though.
Springs, and here come headlights, and I'm like, this is a cop. Sure enough, it was two cops. They're like, oh, you guys don't look like you're making meth, or whatever they said. How do you think we have the fucking moving truck, buddy?
Yeah, and then when we told him what we was doing down there, He said he laughed. I mean, we was just camping, but if we saw a Bigfoot, all well and good, you know.
Sure, you know. So what do you want to do tonight, Suzanne?
Okay, so I have a question. It's a good one. I want to know who you've seen in concert. You too, Mr. Spikes. I want to know who you guys have seen in concert. All the way back from your younger days.
Mike and the Mechanics.
Cool.
Confederate Railroad. No rock bands like Van Halen or or like Aerosmith or none of that. Garth Brooks, Willie Nelson, BB King,
Oh, sweet.
Gordon Lightfoot, a whole bunch of shit.
Those are some pretty good ones.
I met a lot of people too.
How come? How did you meet a lot of people?
Right place, right time.
Oh, that is
Put myself in the right place at the right time. I had Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson was doing a show in town, and I worked a couple doors down from the theater that he was going to perform at. So after work, I went over by the backstage door and we're by his bus, which was near the backstage door. And it was like 15 minutes before the show, and I waited for him to come off the bus. He came off the bus with some guy. I walked up to him. I put out my hand. I said, "Mr. Nelson, have a great show. Unfortunately, you were sold out. So, I couldn't get in." He's like, "What?" So Willie Nelson threw his arm around me and walked me backstage.
Oh my God. That is the coolest freaking story.
Yeah. So yeah, we went back. He walked me backstage, and it was funny because I'm looking at people like two guys, especially that had thrown me out of that theater weeks before.
Oh my God. Backstage, did you burn the fern with him?
No.
Oh man, that would have been perfect.
That would have been amazing. Willie was awesome because he's like, just hang out here and it's backstage and I'm side stage or whatever, and I'm watching the whole show from there. But afterwards, he goes on his bus, he burns the fern, and then he comes off and he signs every autograph and takes every picture until the last person's gone. Really cool.
That is super cool.
So I always wanted to write a song called "Walking In with Willie."
Oh, you should. It's never too late.
No?
He might recognize it and sing it for you.
Mm-hmm. He'll remember that guy with the bandana.
I was wearing a bandana that night.
What about you, Mr. Sykes? Who have you seen?
Mine's easy. I've never been to a concert.
Oh, you haven't? Would you like to go to one, or it's just not your thing?
Well, I started to go to Creedence when they were in Oklahoma City, but then I found out that it was revisited. It wasn't John Fogerty. So we backed out and didn't go.
Yeah.
I just never have been. And now I've been to a lot of rodeos and big.
I've never been to a rodeo.
I've been down where Reba McEntire's performed and a bunch of the big names down at a big dance and rodeo here in South Oklahoma.
Right on.
But I've never been to a real concert.
No, but if you've seen a show at a rodeo, you've seen a concert.
Yeah, I mean, Pyro probably knows what I'm talking about. Ken Lance Rodeo. I mean, it was a big deal. It was several days, and he'd always have big name stars come in. He quit having Reba come in because she got to where she was charging $10,000 a show.
Wow.
And this was back in the 80s.
But she's worth it.
And I went to school with Reba. So.
Oh, you did? Hella cool.
Did you really?
Grade school.
No shit. Right on.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But that's the only kind of shows that, concerts I've been to. I've never been to a real concert.
Nah, that's close enough.
My husband,
I went to the same high school as John Travolta.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. He dropped.
My husband's girlfriend, when he was I don't know when, babysat Carrie Underwood.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there was a bunch of people, like, because a lot of athletes went to my high school, like that went on to play like professional football.
Yeah. Like who?
Um, Bruce Harper played for the Jets back in the day. African Grant went to my high school, played for the Dolphins. Um, Tony Talbert went to high school with. He played for the Cowboys. A lot of different people I went to high school with went on to pretty cool things. And here I am.
Yeah, see, that's the bad part about being from a little town. My graduating class was 33 people.
Ooh, that is
Wow.
No,
good.
nobody important came out of there.
Wow.
I came from a small town too, Mr. Spice. I came from Flagstaff, Arizona.
I don't
Well,
think that
about
athletes are important people, by the way.
Flagstaff's about 100 times bigger than the town I live by.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, our population right now is probably about 23 to 2,500.
Oh, wow.
What do you think Cottonwood is? Around 15,000?
I don't
Maybe.
know. I don't know. I don't even know. It's getting bigger.
Yeah,
I feel like it's getting bigger.
well, it is. There's a lot of new construction going up. They're expanding further down 260 towards Camp Verde. Hey, Drake, how's it going?
Well, I don't live in town. I live out in the country.
African. My sister Kim, she went to high school with African. I mean, she was in his class or a year before or whatever. African Grant. And I played with the Dolphins for a while. I don't know about the Raiders.
Now they all move around so much you can't keep up with them.
Right?
I want to know if anybody has seen Metallica or Elvis Presley.
Nope.
And I mean, not Metallica. I meant to say Led Zeppelin. Why did I say Metallica? I've seen Metallica, but I want to know if anyone's seen Led Zeppelin. Anybody in the chat seen Led Zeppelin?
I would have loved to have seen Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, they're my faves. I'm a fan.
That and the Grateful Dead, but never got to see them either.
Eagles and Credence.
That would have been, no, Eagles would have been awesome.
Wait, who's seen Elvis? Sandra Piper has seen Elvis. I want to know. I wish you would come on. I want to know everything.
You tell, girl.
Because, oh wait, Grasshopper has seen Led Zeppelin. Where at?
All right.
Oh my gosh, Faster Man 3. They photographed Led Zeppelin. Dude, I just knew there was a bunch of cool people in there.
Of course.
I knew it.
I think Matt photographed a lot of music people, celebs, artists, whatever.
I didn't go to none of the concerts, but my
Kim has seen Meatloaf.
Meatloaf, right on.
one of my cousins played lead guitar for Conway Twitty for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
He plays for Loretta Lynn now.
Wow.
Oh, that is so cool. I went to my very first country show this weekend, and it was by far. I've been to rock and roll, hip hop, oldies, rap, everything, and the country show was by far the best show that I've ever been to in my whole entire life. Rock and roll.
What's up, Matt?
So
you want stories?
There's your storyteller.
So Suzanne wants to hear about rock and roll.
rock and roll. Now, my biggest embarrassment is photographing David Gilmour for 30 minutes and not knowing who he was.
Oops.
So how'd you figure it out?
Yeah, my biggest embarrassment is. Oh, hold on. Is it on? Hang on. That's
Yeah.
me. Okay, there. How's that?
Sounds good.
I went to Pink Floyd and Animals tour in I think it's 77 or 78. And I was on the front row, rushed the stage early, went in there with a 200 millimeter lens back in the day, stood on the front wall. A roadie comes out and tunes David Gilmour's guitar. I'm standing in front of would be Roger Waters' mic. And this guy comes out, sits in the chair, and picks up the guitar and just starts playing some blues. And man, I went, that guy is good. And everybody goes, really? The one guy beside me goes, really? I went, oh no, he's good. He's really good. Played for like 30 minutes. I never took one frame. And everybody went off the stage. About 5 minutes later, they came back on. And I'm like, hey, that's the roadie.
Whoa.
So it turned out to be, I had no idea what Pink Floyd was or what they did. I was vaguely familiar with the album and became like the ultimate fan after that. I mean, their music is just so cool. And standing in front of like 15 feet from Roger Waters when they played Money, and back then they had the big circular screen behind them, and they had all these quick cuts video, and I was, into photography and the whole building a show around visuals, and they were kind of the first to really, now it's all digital and everything, but they were just using straight, film and imagery back then, and in a stadium venue with big pink pigs flying over you and everything. It was really cool. So that was it for me. It was Pink Floyd, Zeppelin, Rush. Same things with Zeppelin. I wasn't a big fan of theirs when I went. They played the stadium in 77. Big riot breaks out. I go. They played 3 songs. Started raining. They called the show. Local fights break out on the field with cops. And I sat in the stand and watched the whole thing. Maybe again, fired off like 12 shots. Oh, that guy's getting his butt kicked. That guy's didn't sit there and watch the whole thing. I was about 17. So
you photographed the band?
Yeah. I got great Zeppelin shots. If you just Google Led Zeppelin Tampa Stadium Matt Larson, it will come up. Yeah, it will come up. And I got the great shot of Robert Plant and the 3 shot of Plant, Bonham, and
oh my God, how tight were his pants? Oh, that's not a good.
Oh
question.
yeah, I was on the front row. Like yeah.
Oh geez.
Yeah, we had some good shows come through Tampa. Really good shows.
Right on.
And look at me now.
Yeah,
Bigfoot hunter.
I wouldn't mind seeing Pink Floyd.
The only one I regret seeing, there's 2, was someone mentioned in the chat, Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, why do you regret it?
I would have loved to see Fleetwood Mac, and I just wanted to see her. I'm a big Stevie Nicks fan. And Alice Cooper. I never saw Alice Cooper, but I did meet him in the lobby of the station about 4 years ago. I'm walking in, had my goofy outfit like I probably look like now, and I had my little ID badge, and I'm walking in, and some guy's signing in at the desk with long hair, and he turns around. I walk in, I go, Alice? And he goes, yeah, man. Yeah. So I got my picture taken with Alice Cooper.
He's got a restaurant down in Phoenix.
Oh, everybody's going out now.
Coopertown.
And also, too, his mansion. Well, I don't know if he lives there anymore. I think he does, though. His mansion is on the way to my dad's house from Phoenix to Cottonwood.
Really?
Yeah, and he broadcast his show from there, and then in the night. I don't know if he still has a show, but this was a little while back ago.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play golf with him.
Yeah,
he plays golf. Yeah, he's always out and about, in the like fancy part of town, the part of town I don't go to anymore.
Drake wrote, Kiss was my first. Kiss was actually my first. I've probably seen him 7 times. So,
ooh, cool.
I have some
front row Kiss, Sugar Britches.
Yep, I have some great Kiss shots going back.
Emma, how are you?
1976.
I want to know where's the best place to see your photography. What's the best website? Because I just typed you in and there's a whole bunch of them.
I let my website go once I got into Bigfooting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it used to be mattlarsonphotography.com, and you'll see probably some on. I used to have a website called Toy Camera Play, but now pretty much Instagram. Central Florida Bigfoot. I put most of the stuff.
I want to see. Okay, well,
I did a show where I showed. I did a show on my channel where I showed the old rock and roll stuff.
I want to see the rock and roll stuff. But so
So
what? Okay, so your name on Instagram, does it say Sex Pistol?
Say what?
Sex Pistol?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, since we're talking about that, did you ever
if you say so
photograph the Sex Pistol?
No, I
Sex
did
Pistol,
not.
Johnny Rotten? No? Okay. What about New Kids on the Block? Did you ever photograph the New Kids on the Block?
No. Way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm way older than that.
Yeah.
Oh.
No boy band.
Just in case, I just had to get that one out there.
Well, you guys were hitting all these concerts. I was serving my stint in the Army.
Did you see? Well, you didn't see any concerts out there when you were in the Army?
No, not where I was stationed.
Oh.
USO never went by?
No.
Man,
no,
Gary, you got ripped off.
And then at Fort Hood.
No, no Bob Hope?
No, they didn't care about us lonely old cannon cockers.
Half the chat's going, who?
Chessboard's got a good list there. ZZ Top, Chicago, Ronnie Millsap, Kiss, Alabama, Barbara Mandrell, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder. Just to name a few.
How about Michael Jackson? Did you film Michael Jackson? Did you take pictures of Michael Jackson?
No, I did not. No, I did not. I just saw someone's coming to Tampa next month that surprised me. What did I just see? Oh, I just saw a concert lineup and I was like real surprised. Somebody's coming by here next month.
Faster Man's another photographer out there with the Rock. Like he's filmed everything we just mentioned.
Yeah, I think we chatted. Yeah,
photographed them.
Have you, Faster Man? Have you photographed New Kids on the Block?
Well, I'm not trying to change the subject, but Moggs, I wanted to tell you something before I go. You heard about what CD Squatcher found in LBL, didn't you?
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's not 100% positive proof, but it sure looked like a 26 or well, from the heel to the little toe was 24 inches.
Damn.
Yeah. To the big toe would have been at least 26. CD found that. I took a picture of it. She took a picture of it. But, it wasn't a clear footprint that you could cast. It was just the impression because it was a couple days old. But it was a monster.
Sounds it. Damn.
But I didn't know if you'd heard about it yet or not.
No, not at all. 20.
How big was it?
From the heel to the little toe was 24 inches.
Oh, that's good.
That's freaking big.
Yeah, I got an 18, 19 somewhere in there.
We saw about a 6 incher.
The other guy that was with us found about 15.
Me and Gary saw some bare feet.
Yeah, I got a video of that.
Yeah, I do too.
I videoed that. All right, well, I'm going to get off here, Moggs, and let y'all have some fun. Get back in chat.
Bye, Mr. Spike.
It's good.
Thank you so much. Good to see you, man. Sorry you can't make it.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Maybe next time.
All right. Have a good night.
Ooh, I really think that I've seen footprints before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mid-South, how's it going? I don't think I have. No, I haven't. I mean, and I was there when they cast that one at the 168, and I still question that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a link. I can let you share Mugs, but I'm trying to. I see one photo here, but I don't see the others. They got the riot photo up here.
Tell me a story, like something really cool about
Jay
somebody.
says I was just in LBL last Saturday. Didn't hear about that. Well, that was from Mark's outing. Was that his eat and greet when they all went out there? Was that when CD Squatcher was up there?
You asking me? I don't know.
Suzanne, actually.
Oh, no,
Is that when
no,
she got that cast or that print? Was that during that outing with Mark Newbill and?
no. I went. It was like a while back ago. I don't remember what year it was, but we went. We were camping with my family, and me and her just snuck off a little bit and went like kind of squatching where nobody was. And I'm the one that kept on noticing, like, this looks like a footprint. And she was, taking pictures of him. She took me to see Mitchell Wyatt. Mitchell. Wait, how do you say it?
Mitch.
He's
dude from
passed away
Arizona?
now. Yeah, he's passed away now. But she took me to see him. Yes, Wait. And she took me to see him, and we saw him speak and saw him show his evidence and pictures and all this stuff.
He was the original MogiOnMonster.com.
Oh, really?
That was his channel. Yeah, I'd never heard of the guy before I took the name, but yeah, that was his deal, was Mogi on Monster.
He used to wear a red t-shirt and have like a giving tree too, like that other guy, Arizona Squatch guy. And I thought he was super interesting, and I totally I was all the way in after that. That was what did it for me. And yep, he had pictures of the baby one, and that's what did it for me. The pictures of the baby Squatch I was all in after that.
I haven't seen any good pictures that I can trust.
He actually told us a story about how he was looking around and stuff, and he went into this little hut, this little thing that he saw, like a little, what do you guys call them? Like a structure.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in there, and there was a baby one in there. So isn't that crazy? That's a crazy story.
I remember that story.
A lot of people don't believe stuff, but I believe everything. I don't have a reason not to. So I'm on the other side. But it's okay. I totally respect.
So you're the one.
We've been looking for you.
Yeah, we got to talk after the show. Well, I'm waiting to see how the New Mexico trip went, the Kreider, and I want to hear about, some stuff that's going down in Florida more, and there's people, there's a lot of groups, and Mark and Larry, there's a lot of people that's been going out. So I haven't been doing my live all the time because I've been out more, trying to get out more anyway. I have so much stuff piling up and 4 films yet to edit, and I get so frustrated with not getting the editing done that I just start releasing it as raw clips.
Yesterday was the first time I got out since I've been back in Arizona. I mean, where I just was walking through, taking pictures, videos. And there's a lot more. I always end up only going so far upstream, and then I stop and I turn around, and usually it used to be I'd have my mountain bike with me and I didn't want to leave it sitting somewhere. And, but yeah, I want to, yeah, well, now I'm driving to Polaris down there. So I want to, start exploring further upstream. It's interesting. All these little structures I'm finding. I'm like, are they human? I don't know.
Yeah, I found a cool place where I was out with Max Powers, and we found what everybody would call a teepee structure, but there were 4 living trees pushed in together. Well, 3 pushed into one standing tall, and they were like telephone poles. And we kind of concluded that they were most likely natural. But the more I look at it, I just kind of hesitate. Like nothing else around there was pushed into each other, and how did that come to be? And they're still living. They're all still living trees, and I'm sorry, 2 of the 4 I think were still living, but they're all on the ground. So it's not like anything was carried to it. But I showed it to a ranger that's connected to the area. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of research behind the scenes, as much as I am, probably obviously more than I'm going out. I'm in the middle of a really cool area I'm working, and it's taken a lot of research. I've gone back 100 years now, and it's all in the corridor. I'm just calling it the corridor. But when I showed the ranger the shot of Max Power standing under the teepee, his reaction was,
Damn Boy Scouts.
It was kind of like oh, yeah, I tore down a bunch of those. Not quite that big, though.
Really?
And he goes, and they're definitely man-made. I went, okay. I didn't ask it. I didn't push it. I'm just kind of getting into it a little bit.
Sure.
I'm not going, hard interview style on him, but
that's what I did that to a ranger, and he kind of like,
yeah,
he didn't know what to do.
You got to go slow. Yeah.
No, I threw him right into the fire. I said, "What's your take on Bigfoot?" And he starts laughing. And meanwhile, we're in my dad's truck, and my dad's next to me driving. And at the same time, I said, "I'm serious," and my dad said, "He's serious." So it came at this guy in stereo, and his face changed from this big laugh to like, "Oh shit, what's going to come out of this guy's mouth next?" And it scared me because I saw his face change, and I was like, shit. Change the subject, or just keep talking. And I said, because I see all these YouTube channels. Oh, I don't watch any of that shit. I'm a biologist, and it doesn't exist. But the last thing he said to me is, I'd like to think I'd like to believe it exists. I want to approach him again.
Yeah, I've had 2 conversations that lasted over an hour, have not even turned on a recorder or a camera yet, nor have I brought the camera.
I just want to get their opinion on it. I don't want to.
Yeah. But at the end of the second interview, I gotta, I'm telling them all my interests and what I'm thinking of Central Florida and where I'm working and why I'm working the areas I'm working, which is basically the river. I'm following the river now in the kayak bit. And he listened to my whole story for an hour, and at the end he goes, you notice I haven't refuted or rejected or said anything about what you've said so far.
Hint, hint. Hint, hint.
People don't want to talk about it. They're afraid to be called crazy.
They're not allowed.
Like the forest people?
Yeah.
The Forest Service?
Yeah.
Why? Why aren't they allowed?
It's called pension.
It's a matter of national security.
Oh,
basically.
shit.
They can't. It's, seriously, it is.
And they'd have to kill you.
Plausible deniability.
Well.
No, it's just interesting.
No, I mean, if they were to say if all these park rangers like, yeah, it exists, it would cause shit.
Yeah.
People aren't ready to hear that Bigfoot exists. I am.
Well, people need to get ready because it's time.
Yep. That's why I'm spending more time out and less time on.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
I'm in Tampa.
Oh, Florida.
Land of Bigfoot. Oh, Pat Turner's got to be lurking in here somewhere.
Haven't seen him.
He's lurking.
Hey, Judy. Richie Evans, there you are.
Judy's pass ready. I heard Mr. Lee's coming on tonight.
Imagine that. We got
Went on
Mid-South.
well.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, man?
What's up,
How
Mark?
are
Man, you're talking about TP structures. I got a picture on Facebook right now of me standing in front of a TP structure that's all trees turned upside down and root balls are sitting up in the air. And these are like small hackberry trees. If you know what a hackberry tree is, man, they get like really big, really large. But these are small ones, and it's 4 of them all propped up in the air. They're probably a good 15, 25 feet in the air, and their root balls are all connected together, and the dirt's still falling off of them up in the air. But I got a picture on Facebook with me standing in front of it. I want to show you how tall it is. But I
What's it called?
definitely
What?
right, huh?
A hack what?
Hackberry tree. They make these small little green berries on it that all the birds eat and shit all over your windshield and house and everything. It's not edible berries or nothing, but just for the birds. But down in Louisiana, they have a big variety of them that their trunk is you can't put your hands around them. It takes 3 or 4 people to take their
That
hands
big.
around them. But the ones that I found were in Tennessee, and they were a smaller version of the hackberry tree. But like I said, the root balls were all in the air at the peak of the teepee with all the dirt and everything still dripping off of it. There ain't no way a human could have picked up, because I got a picture of me standing in front of it and to show you the size that it is. And yeah.
How far down is it? I don't see it.
It's been a few days since if you're on Facebook with me, I didn't even know that, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably posted in one of my groups, either Arkansas Bigfoot Society or Ozark Mountain Sasquatch Research Group, Signs of the Sasquatch, which is my structure group. And I was just put a post up. I'm almost at 3,000 members on that group. Man, I wish they could just like switch over to my YouTube channel. That'd be great.
Imagine that. If it worked that way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tell everybody to do it. Everybody do it.
I already get a bad, not a bad, but
Did you find it,
I
Matt?
get
No, I
too many
did not.
notes.
I went down pretty far too.
It's on there. I posted it probably last week.
Well, I'm on Mid-South Sasquatch Cryptid Research Group.
Oh yeah, it's not on that one. I'm not even promoting that group anymore.
Okay.
I've changed my name on there because I took the cryptid research off of my YouTube channel, so I took it off my page name too. So, but I don't have access to. I can't. I don't administrate that group anymore because it's on a different Gmail account that I let somebody snatch from me. I got one of them texts on Messenger was said, "Hey, I'm locked out of my Facebook group. Can you send me your phone number so I can get back in? And I'll send you a code." Well, they sent a code, all right. They sent a code to them so they can get into my damn account, and so I lost that account. And that group was on that account, so I can't administrate or gain access to it.
So
So
what's the
it's just
Facebook
floating.
group? What's the page you're saying?
Arkansas Bigfoot Society or Signs of the Sasquatch or Ozark Mountain Sasquatch
Lots of
Research
channels.
Group.
Got it.
Those are the groups. I did post it on my community page on my YouTube community page here a while back, so it's up there too.
Bat Mom, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's 4 trees all up in a big pyramid style teepee.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I'm just hoping Matt finds it so I can go look.
Yeah.
I'm on Signs of the Sasquatch, and I don't see it either.
So I have a question, and
You
my
got too many
sister's
groups.
gonna kill me for asking this question, but I'm not afraid. So,
Should we be?
I don't know. I want to know, like, why all the like fighting? Like, what makes it why? What is the like the headbutting about when it comes to the Bigfoot communities? Like,
Ego.
how come there isn't just like a mutual respect for different beliefs?
Because there's different.
There's so many different theories and beliefs.
People are passionate about their beliefs, so
Yeah.
it's hard for people to accept other beliefs. Same thing with religion.
Good answer. I like that because the passion. I'll take it. I mean, because I don't like
I'm
bitterness, but I mean, I can see that people being so passionate about it that they get upset or angry about it.
I'm open to all beliefs and all theories, but I mean, there's some that get like way far out there that I can't accept. But I'm, the ones where Bigfoot came through my wall and was sitting next to me while I was taking a crap, and all that shit. That right there just is ridiculous. I had one guy send me a message the other day. It was like, well, he came through my sliding glass door and morphed into my living room and sat next to me while I drank a beer. I was like, dude, okay.
No, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Matt, what's your craziest encounter so far? Judy wants to know.
Oh, I think everybody knows. It's photos behind me here. It's I think it's
everybody just leaned in.
I know.
It's episode. It's on my channel, probably around my 17th, 18th video, 6 months into it.
Okay.
Hey, check out that video I put up this weekend. It's called "What the Hell Did I Just See?" It disappeared on camera, and it has the timestamps 12/19 to 12/54. And that's kind of weird. I mean, I filmed it. There was something sitting on the ground. I couldn't really tell what it was. I zoomed into it, and when I zoomed into it, my camera just went all glitchy, and then it just like it either walked back into the woods, or Sharon Guy said she's seen it step behind a tree and then disappear into the woods. Sharon Bartlett said she's seen it walk back behind the woods. Several other people. I think Judy Wheeler seen it on there. I couldn't really tell what it was, but I walked probably another 10 yards and caught something peeking out from behind a tree. And then when I zoomed back into the tree, it was gone. So, but a few other people.
Where's that video?
It's the second video down. The first video is called Little Forest, and the second video is called has the timestamps on it 12, 13 or 19 to 12/54, and it's called What the Hell Did I Just See?
What channel? That's what I'm trying to get at.
One of the 15.
Which one?
Mid-South Sasquatch on YouTube.
Okay.
Thanks, Moggs.
So
well, that's what I was trying to get. Which channel is it?
I've only got one. Well, I got two, but the other one ain't really up and going. So
that's right.
Mid South. What's your name? I'm Susie. I'm Nikki's sister. What's your name?
I'm Mark. My name's Mark. Mark Landry on Facebook.
Hi, Mark. Where do you live?
I live outside of North Little Rock in Arkansas.
Oh, cool. What do you think? What do you think about Bigfoot? What's your belief?
I've got a series of beliefs and theories. I first started out in this, like 20 years ago before the internet and all that. My family was prominent, raised around these creatures. I mean, My grandfather was a pig farmer. And they used to come up and steal the hogs out of the pen down in Louisiana. I was born and raised in Louisiana, about 35 miles south of New Orleans, a little small town called Narco, by the Bonnet Spillway. Yeah, my first encounter was I was 12. My mama always told me that they were just a different type of people, to leave them alone, not to go looking for them, not to go into the swamp and bother them. My dad used to tell me, "Yeah, don't repeat that to nobody," and you know, so I never did until I got into my late 20s. When I moved to Arkansas, uh, I had another sighting outside of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and uh, just brought back memories from my childhood, and started getting really deep into it and started researching it. I can't answer your question totally right now because I've seen so much in the woods. I've lived out there. I've lived up in northern Arkansas around the Missouri border in the Ozarks. I mean, 9 miles from the nearest city, deep in the woods with no cell service or anything, and seen some really strange things. And
Like what?
you know, can't wrap my head around it. Well, just beings that are not Sasquatch, that are not Bigfoot. I don't know what to call them. I don't know what they are. I've got a few videos that depict them in the video. That I mean, it's kind of blurry. I always have crappy cameras. We all do for them damn Bigfoot.
Matt doesn't.
Could they be
That's
like,
okay.
Yeah,
90% of most Bigfooters do.
yeah,
like
yeah,
Native
yeah.
American, like the Native American stories, like
Yeah,
Skinwalker?
yeah. My real mom, she's Crow. So I know a lot of history with the Native Americans, and yeah, they believe that they're a spiritual being. They're interdimensional or multi-dimensional. Um, my beliefs on that is I really don't know. I can't really say. I've never seen them morph into a orb, and I've never seen them jump into a portal or anything like that. But I have been following them before, and they just disappear, and their footsteps stop. And I've found their tracks to where it just be one or two tracks, and then none nowhere else, and so it's different. Yeah, I mean, and then I found just one track, just one footprint, and none nowhere else. Which was pretty weird.
No, it
Do you
just
guys
means that
think that
Bigfoot's
they do that on
collecting.
purpose just to like mess with us? Just like put like one foot and like just do you think they leave their footprints just to mess with us? Maybe?
I
No,
don't think so.
I don't think
Maybe
they
I'll do
want to
that
have
to them.
really anything to do with us. I think they really just try to ignore us mostly.
Abs
I
03, what's
would.
up?
I would totally ignore humans if I was a Sasquatch.
What I try to do it now, but I went and started a YouTube channel.
What's
What's
up,
up?
Jeff?
Hey guys, hey Matt. Haven't seen Matt in a while.
I know, right?
Trying to get
I
out.
haven't
more.
talked to Matt in a while, I guess is what I should say. I see him plenty in chats, but
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Matt,
how
I
you
got a
doing?
question. What do you
Good.
think about me filming with an old Panasonic VHS-C?
Like a camcorder?
Yeah. This is from Matt.
Yeah, it has the tape.
Yep.
What are you filming?
Well, if I'm going in the woods instead of going digital, I want to go analog.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say that it's worth a try. I mean, are you still able to get tapes? I haven't even looked.
Yeah.
lately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have an old what was it called? Super VHS or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day. I just saw it in there in the shed. It's been in there like 20 years. But the thing about it has a night vision on it. And I was thinking,
nice.
wow, that would be fun to fire that thing up.
It would be cool.
It's worth a try, Mogs. I mean, I wouldn't rule out anything. I mean, I'm still looking for the actual, Kodak K100, Patterson camera, and I want to do a side by side comparison with my Lumix and a GoPro, and just put them all on a rail, and
Let them go.
just let them go, and just break that down for people, because I don't think they really understand what's going on with those cameras. But I was just out this weekend again, and spent 30 minutes at 1:30 in the morning, around a campfire, just shooting with my Bushnell Z2, which is almost like a 200 millimeter lens across the water. I just threw it on Wi-Fi to my iPhone, handed it to Ron sitting next to me, and I sat there and shot for 20-30 minutes and let him look at my iPhone. I went blind. I couldn't see crap, shooting through night vision. But it was pretty cool, because basically he just got a free tour of the other side of the river, as we were doing that. And I will tell you, Jeff, I did the blue ball experiment.
Yeah, I seen you say that in chat.
Yeah, so I did that, and took a big rake and bought a new ball, and found a gully that went out around camp, that I thought is usually filled with water. And it's at a camp where people have been bluff charged from that side of the camp. And I'm thinking, oh crap, it's obviously coming from this washout that's all dried, feeding the river. And so when you're standing in it, you're at eye level to the ground, which is in Florida is pretty amazing. And I went, wow, if anything's here, this is it. It's moving through here. So we went back there as far as we could, maybe a little over 100 yards. And it went past camp out toward the road, and found a good spot, raked it up, dropped the ball, laid it, let it stay there all night. And I went back and retrieved it before I left about 24 hours later. It was clean as a whistle. But it's something I wanted to try, and we'll try it again.
Were you alone, or were you with other people, or?
In the camp, it was interesting. The ball was closest to a family we did not know, and they had children, and they were screaming and laughing and giggling all through the night till about 1:30, which I thought would kind of play well, because it was closest to them. We were on the other side, and there's 3 of us. So 3 of us, and then a family of 5.
Man, that would have been the perfect scenario if you could have, without freaking them out, go ask them if they would come with their kids with you out there, and let the kids kick that ball around. That was crucial. I believe, in retrospect, I think that is the integral part of me finally getting interaction. I tried 5 clearings before the one where it was actually moved, and I think the big part of it is literally for like 45 minutes, I just operated under the assumption that I could be being watched by it. And if I'm going to try to leverage its curiosity, I've got to make this ball not just look like a ball, but look like something that brings joy. So I'd kick it in the air, and then when it'd land, I'd laugh at it and pick it up and throw it, and I'd chase after it and I'd laugh at it. And I just did that for 45 minutes and then walked away from it. And I think that really, for something that's watching, that's just intriguing. Like, what is so
piques their interest?
What about this ball got this guy's reaction like that? Right?
I thought it was just so funny and so different, and in a possible brilliant way, that I went, I got to try that. We did not do anything like that with it. We bounced it. We had it on the ground a little bit. We let it set in camp in plain view, and then I just took it out about an hour later and hit it.
Yeah.
But the kids were playing in the ravine, but they never made it up as far up as I put it, because I found a Pop-Tart wrapper about halfway up. So I knew they were playing in that area. And as we went by with the ball, I had a GoPro on my head running. I had my Lumix in my hand. I had the ball in the other hand. And the family goes, "Where are you going?" I went, nothing. We're just taking pictures. We're photographers.
Yeah.
on by.
I just think, how cool would it be to walk into this remote clearing with like 8 or 10 7-year-old kids and play kickball for half an hour with this thing. And then everybody just walk away and completely leave. And that night, if there's a Sasquatch that had watched that, he's just like, I gotta go kick that freaking ball so bad, right? Like, how do I not go try that?
And that's the logic that I laughed. I mean, I think a couple of people in the chat's laughing, and I went, yeah, I thought the same thing, but I went, that's just crazy enough. That I did want to try it, and I want to take it to different levels. Like, I didn't tape it, I didn't do anything like that, because I know you did it.
Well, we did it first either. I mean, I went like 5 weeks where it got moved 3 times in the first 5 weeks, where I was telling Doug, I said, how are we going to collect hairs on this? And that's when we started putting Velcro tabs on it. But I mean, it was just evolve as you go, right? But from the very get-go, when we said, we don't know if it's capable of sensing IR, UV vision spectrum, battery presence, any of that, right? I mean, everybody's got theories, but nobody knows for a fact. So let's just leave all that out. Let's not bring anything in that may be something that it would sense. And let's just work with the whole curiosity factor. Let's try to leave something and create as much curiosity as we can. And so I had got up the idea of bringing the ball in, but when we're talking about, well, how are we really going to get it to want to go out and touch the ball? You got to make the ball seem like something that looks like it's bringing joy, and then it was left there as a gift. It's not kind of the same thing when I brought a boomerang out, which was the only item that I ever left and got interaction with that wasn't still there when I came back. That's the one thing it actually kept, was I went out with a boomerang that I had painted fluorescent blue and put Velcro tabs on the end, and I threw it a couple times, and you could see how it goes out and comes back, because I'm thinking, if you've never seen one, I mean, how do you know that it would do that just by looking at it curved? So I threw it out as far as I could, and it'd come back and land in the grass, and I did throw it like 2-3 times and then left it. And the next day that was gone, like completely. I mean, it wasn't anywhere in the field. And usually stuff that was interacted with would be laying somewhere. What's that?
Teaching a Sasquatch to throw a boomerang. That's cool.
The only thing I can think of is maybe if they already use a piece of curved stick to like throw at rabbits or something like that, maybe it saw this boomerang and as it looked at it, thought, this is actually a step up from what I've been like I could use this.
Flying club I've been using.
I can't kill anything with a rubber ball, but this sumbitch here, I could use this, right? Maybe
I love crazy logic, and when I heard that, I was just like, man, that I'm gonna use that. But the thing that intrigued me is I heard on a couple channels, the whole blue theory, and I was kind of like,
Mylar balloon.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know. But then I started finding.
I'm gonna get off. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm gonna get off. I feel weird on here with a bunch of men.
Ooh, and surrounded.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by men. But yeah, see you guys later. Nice to talk to you guys all.
Thanks for coming on, Susie. Sorry you didn't get a chance to do any readings or whatever you wanted to do. But...
Oh no, I don't. I could go on talking about anything forever. You just name it, and I'll go on talking about it. And so, all right, talk to you guys later. Bye.
Good night.
What I was saying, the main thing that intrigued me was I started finding little 2-foot teepee structures in one of my areas, and once there was a blue Mylar balloon under it, or mixed in with the structure, and another time there was a blue bush can stuck on it. In a not so natural way. And So when you said that and started mentioning blue, it just started thinking, there may be something there, but you do hear it a lot on a lot
Well,
of
I
channels, so.
started out
I've
using
found I've found a lot of blue things in my area too, and I've found blue bush cans shoved on branches in trees, like way high up.
Well, I'll tell you where the blue thing came about for me is that I had a UV background. I had a side business that we used all UV lights and fluorescent colors and phosphorescence. And I realized that things appear differently under UV lights, even with our normal vision spectrum looking at it. But I was talking to Doug one night. We had started out the first 3 or 4 weeks using a red ball, and it would get moved. But what intrigued me was when Doug was talking about the bear research that he had done, and he had done a couple documentaries on it where he had placed 4K cameras, lipstick cameras in a couple different bear dens, and he was the first one to actually get on film a bear giving birth in hibernation. I mean, we knew that a lot of times that happened, but it's like nobody really successfully filmed it. But what he was during the 2 springs he was trying to get this on film, he started realizing in the dens all the blue garbage that was in there, blue bottle caps, blue chewed up Deja Vu water bottles. I mean, everything was blue. And it was like, so when we started talking about a UV vision spectrum in caribou and bears, he thought bears had a UV vision spectrum. And I said, one thing that I've noticed in working with UV lights and fluorescent colors is that in our vision spectrum, when we see primary colors, typically yellow and orange is probably what we describe as the brightest colors. But in a UV vision spectrum, looking at colors, maybe yellow isn't the brightest, maybe blue is the brightest, or purple, or what seems to be dark to us might react differently in a UV vision spectrum when you're looking at colors. And he said, man, I'll tell you what, there's just so much blue in these bear dens. So I said, let's switch to a blue ball. And I got a big roll of fluorescent blue inch wide plastic flagging tape, just thin plastic flagging tape. And when we would leave something by a tree, like a something, baby food jar with a polished rock in it, or a bit of honey candy in a baby food jar, I'd always tie the blue around it. And I'd take like a blue game camera with no batteries in it and paint the whole thing fluorescent blue and strap it to a tree just so that it would get used to that color, right? And it got to be where if it saw that color somewhere, it was like, oh, I should go check that out because there's probably something good there. It was just part of piquing the curiosity. I don't know if blue is the color it saw easiest, but with the bears having so much blue trash and things in their bear dens and them likely seeing in a UV vision spectrum, it just made sense that if you're going to try to associate a color with the things you leave, why not go with blue? And so that's kind of what led us to do that. I mean, I'm not saying we couldn't have achieved the same success using a different color, to indicate there's something good here. But
well, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go fix some dinner, and but before I go, or when I go, I'm gonna post that TV show to my community page, so you can go on and check that out quick.
Very good.
When I leave out. Moggs is over there smoking them cigarettes. I can't smoke in the house, so I'm going to have to go outside.
I'm in a closet.
All right. Y'all have a great night.
Well,
Mark, take care. Thanks for popping on.
He's in the closet with his smoking.
In the closet, yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be cool, Matt, if you keep using that. I mean, I think that like I said, I tried 5 clearings. It was all in the general within a couple of square miles of each other, all up and down that river. I noticed on Google Maps clearings that were obviously surrounded.
Yeah, this wasn't a clearing. This was really hidden, but it was on what I perceived to be a way in without being detected. And
I don't know that it'd have to be a clearing. For me, what I wanted is wherever I was going to do this at, I wanted to feel like for the most part, 300 to 360 degrees around me, that there was enough cover that it could watch me without me easily seeing it, so that I could go out and do my thing, and it would make sense that it felt comfortable watching me do all this without feeling like I knew that it was there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know if there's a clearing. We were this past weekend, we were in the Green Swamp, but I don't think there's just too many people out there. There's too many research groups out there. There's, you never know who's doing knocks and who, and I know for a fact there was another group of 30 people.
Well, when you're going to do data, when you're trying to collect data based on movement of something, and the data is tainted, if there's any possibility that it could be something other than, humans, if you're someplace where you can't 100% in your head justify that a human being did not move that ball, why are you going to do it then?
Exactly. That's why I put it where I put
data you can trust.
I don't know if I have the video file of the little thing where it was. I can't run audio on it. I know that. Let me see something here real quick. Let me see if this is it. That's it.
That mom says, I'm about to go hide out in the closet to see how long it takes the kids to find me. Suzanne says, I do that too. I hide and see how long it takes them to find me.
Oh, wait.
All right, let me.
No, that's the wrong one. Hold on.
All right.
I was trying to open it up to preview it to see if that was the video. Again, I haven't edited this stuff yet, so I didn't want to. That's when we dropped it off. Oh, my trail cam didn't work too when I dropped it off. That was fun. Okay, here's where we're dropping it off. But where is it? Huh, I don't see where I picked it up. Oh, okay. I got way more to go. Okay, here's where I picked it up.
We got time.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. You got 10 minutes. No.
Damn. I don't. It should be this file right here, but it's showing black. Oh wait.
See, on all those little promos that everybody shows, when somebody says check the tape, it never takes this long, man. Why?
Frustrating.
Yeah, I just didn't download stuff on my phone to my computer, so I wanted to show some of the stuff I recorded yesterday.
This is anticlimactic.
Yeah, it's where everybody's like, this better be good.
No, it's not good.
I've been here before.
It's just a boring experiment. It could have been exciting, though. That is so weird. I just had it, and then I wanted to skip over it and say, no, I can do better, and then I lost it.
Too funny.
I know, really.
No, it's typical, It's there when you want it, but then when you really want it, it's not there.
Oh, there it is.
Ta-da.
But if I bring it up, I need to kill the audio.
Okay.
Can you do that? Or do I do that?
I can probably mute it.
Yeah, because I don't know what's said, so I don't want to run wrong. We could be talking about Jeff.
Find out. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it.
Yeah, there you go. See, this is the family that asked us what we're doing, and I didn't want to say, everybody that's parked right here has been bluff charged.
Yeah, the audio will be, I saw this fucking crazy bastard try this with this ball. He's completely insane.
Oh, these These guys were very interesting.
What are you doing in my camp?
And we're on the very, 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 very far side. And it holds like 5 groups, and there's only 2 groups in there. But that's my buddy Stan from Bigfoot Mafia here in Florida. They're on a Facebook page. Great group.
I love that name.
Facebook, Bigfoot
Bigfoot
Mafia.
Mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stan's a great guy. Super knowledgeable, very skeptical. You can see him. Those little cypress knees there. They're only like an inch or 2 tall, and they will throw you on your face quicker than anything.
Yeah, they will.
But you get an idea of what I was looking at here because there's my rake I brought. But the river's way low. The river should be up about 5-6 feet right there. And so look how far down this is. This drops down like 5 feet.
What river is that?
With Lacucci.
Is it?
Yeah. And so this would all be flooded. You wouldn't be able to get across here. And see, look at that.
Sure.
And so when you get going back in there, all of a sudden you're about 5 foot lower than the camp. And I figured, oh, this might be a good place.
I had some weird stuff happen on the little with Lacucci.
Pardon?
I had some stuff happen on the little with Lacucci. That's where I saw some orbs and had a tree limb fall. That was over in Webster, Florida.
Yeah, I'm getting yelled at by Stan right now for wearing shorts.
It's hard not to out there.
Oh, it was scorching. It was really hard.
But what's the footwear?
Tennis shoes. I was just going to drop this off and then put on my boots and go. You can jump too near the end if you want, or can I do that? I think you.
Let's see.
Oh, I can do it. I got it. Oh, wait.
I think I just put you way to the end. All right. See if you can control it.
It's getting hard to get in there, as you can see. So I had to throw it. And look at this. It comes all the way back at me. That's so
a little bizarre. I was going to say, you're throwing it uphill?
No, I'm not. It hit a tree limb and came all the way back. And we're talking about it now, how weird that was.
Well, at least where it's at down there. I mean, if it was moved a foot, it wasn't wind. I mean, not that a raccoon or anything couldn't move it a foot, but
there would be no wind in this. That's another reason why I picked this space, is that it's, like I said, it's 4 or 5 feet below the ground everywhere around it. It's literally should be water filled. And then I'll just jump ahead here. We find a spot. We're at the end. It's starting to become ground level. And so Stan rakes this area out. We rake it out real good, and we left it right here. And that's pretty much it. But it was up there quite a ways. I had to do it. I haven't really... it's Mid-South, so that's a really big ball. Well, you got to make it big enough to play with,
Yeah. Donald was joking about blue balls, but it's like, it's important that you play with your blue balls before you just leave them there.
Donald, we're trying to do serious research.
This is science, here. Donald. Come on.
This is a Minnesota and Florida dual research connection here.
It's like, we got to get supplies for research. Where should we go? Walmart. Do you have $1.97? I need to buy one of these balls.
I don't know what's waiting so long.
That's why Doug started saying, this is low-tech research. We have no technology, and the only thing you're leaving on week 1 is a $2 ball.
I don't know why that ended. I don't know why I didn't show him raking it out, but anyway.
That's as long as it was.
And then I have the pickup. I have the pickup where I picked it up and I went, okay, nothing happened, but that's okay. That's okay. Things like this happen. I'm by myself then. Everybody had left, and I'm walking in there by myself, and I'm kind of walking out with the ball, and I go, it's okay. Sometimes that happens, but the reason why I did it was people have been bluff charged from this little drainage ditch.
I know this sounds weird, but had I left the ball the first time in the first clearing that I went to and it had been moved, that would have been really cool. But what made it amazing when it finally was moved was after it not being moved over and over and over. And then you walk into a clearing and that thing is literally like 85 feet away on the other side of the clearing. And I'm like, holy shit. I mean, it wouldn't have been that cool had it not been moved over and over prior to that,
Yeah.
But
yeah, Donald mentioned the cypress knees, and I tell you, that is my biggest fear out there, because if I hit one of these things, like, what's the deal with those cypress knees? Are they designed to kill bipeds by tripping them and impaling? Yeah. If I hit one of those and I land on another one, I'm pretty much done because of the medicine I'm on. I will bleed internally and probably be dead in a couple hours. So,
note to self: don't go out hiking with Matt.
Oh, people like going hiking with me
because then you've got some fresh bait to leave there overnight.
I can't run either. So I'm literally, I can't run. The second pass into the tree, I had to go under it. Then when I went under it, I went on all fours, and then I couldn't get up. I was just like, oh my God.
Stay in the kayak.
Stay in the kayak.
It's like Matt's impaled on a cypress. Well, grab his hat and his ring and his camera. We'll have something to bury, but that's pretty good bait right there.
First set up that trail cam.
Grab the night vision. That's what I was doing out here. I was downloading the footage, and I haven't even looked at everything yet. But anyway, I had to try that. It's a cool enough experiment that it makes sense to me that something would be curious enough to touch it. And of all the things I've heard, from the peanut butter, to the tree and all that stuff, is just like, it doesn't interest me. But the ball, I thought if I could find a place that wouldn't be discovered by anybody else, and those kids were playing in that culvert / ditch area the whole time. But as you saw, it was so far up there that they obviously didn't go very far into it. And that's
and
what I knew.
It's not the type of thing that once it's dark that kids would go back into. I mean, looking at it from a proposed Sasquatch point of view, you see these kids running around that area. Now it's dark and they're all up by camp. And I think if you were a Sasquatch, you'd kind of assume that nobody's going to come down into this thing in the darkness, right? I mean, just doesn't make sense.
No.
As a human being, you certainly wouldn't probably consider it, considering what could be down there. I mean, between the snakes and everything else.
Yeah.
Gators and a bunch of other
get
fun
tagged on my hand again right here. I'm sitting here itching it. I can't stop.
Yeah, I've got a place like that on my arm. It's just like, it started out as a little nick, and I don't know why. In the winter time, my skin gets so dry. Like if I get a scratch or something, it's like, man, it just takes forever to heal because it's just so damn dry. It itches and bugs the crap out of me.
So what do you use on your face at night, Jeff?
It's Bath and Body. It's a face cream, and it's called Beach.
You probably do the whole mask, and you
no
Bath and Body. I figured you'd be like the sweet pea,
it's probably like Gene Simmons makeup when you apply it.
Nah, that would be kind of cool. But it's
cucumbers.
Just a moisturizer. The scent is called Beach, and it smells like copper tone and bug
crab.
Oh my Lord. Bat Mom says at least it's not on your butt.
This is kids suck. They're so sweet when they're asleep though.
No, I was actually glad to hear them playing at 1:30 in the morning because they were giggling and laughing. It sounded like, a playground at noon and in the woods. That's exactly what I wanted because I thought it would attract something to that. that low area where the ball was. I thought that would actually play in my favor. So I was actually really excited when I heard that. But
So you're going to continue putting this ball out in the same spot?
when I don't know how often I'm going to be going to that particular base camp because I'm starting to work an area farther south. But every time I'm there, I think I will. It's a $249 ball, and I think I'll just next time, like Jeff says, I'll keep it more in the open. We'll probably leave it around camp, and I'll just tell everybody who walks around, just kick it across camp, and someone's over there. 5 minutes later, kicks it back, and we'll just keep it moving on the ground. Then at the end of each day, I think I'm gonna go back out there and put it because it's a safe place. It's not going to be messed with. The wind's not going to get it. There's no way there's any wind in that thing. It's pretty deep, so and it's easy to rake out. We raked out a good 6 feet on each side of it, cleared it pretty good. I have video of me walking up to it, looking for prints, looking for anything that touched the ball, and it was spotless and it did not move. And that's what I wanted, is a place like that. So,
Mr. Johnson, how's it going?
yeah, so we'll work it.
Yeah, but now people like to I could just see like all the stuff that you like raked out and put into a pile. Someone's calling it a nest right now.
Yeah.
You know, of all the time we went there, I don't know of anybody who went up and explored that area, and it's really close. And what made me think about it is that everybody has had experiences on that side of the camp. And I'm saying, well, how, you know? And if it wasn't for the kayak, I would have never even seen it, really, because you could see it from the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%.
No, they're not my kids. They didn't know.
I didn't tell them what we were doing either. I looked at Stan. I said, should we tell them we're laying out Bigfoot bait when they're?
He's going to start a business. Matt's summer daycare. We take field trips all the time, overnight.
Don't mind the cameras.
I only lose 1 or 2 kids a year.
Yeah, you know.
Collateral damage.
I wish I had audio of the kids playing. I didn't think of that until on the way home. I went, man, I should have recorded that audio just as a second layer.
You know, I always thought that back, you know, like 4 or 5 years ago on all the Bigfoot shows when they're call blasting out into a canyon and stuff. You know, it's like they're trying to rebroadcast the Sierra sounds and things. You know, to me, if you really wanted to leverage its curiosity to come closer, call blast 2 kids laughing or giggling. I mean, man, if you heard that from a mile away, wouldn't you be like, well, that's intriguing. Let's go check that out.
No, you're 100% right, because that's exactly what it sounded like. I was
or a little girl singing like she's all alone out in the woods or something.
I mean, get this.
Interesting.
At 11 o'clock, they put on this weird, eerie Indian-like music, and the woman played a flute. And I went, this is like, it's like we hired these people to come out and be audio for us.
Did you record it?
No, I didn't even think about it. We were talking and we were going, man, that sounds really good. She's really good. And it was very Native American, she's just out there playing.
That would be another interesting thing to call back.
Absolutely.
To call blast. Go to these, like where I live here, in parts of South Dakota here, a lot of the natives, they have powwows on the weekends, and they go and they'll play music and put on ceremonial attire and dance and stuff. But you go find a couple of them real old timers, you know, after the party's over and they're all sitting around their campers and they're sitting around the fire and they're like chanting and stuff. I'm just like, man, can you imagine getting that on a really good Zoom audio recorder and then call blasting that? Something that they're familiar with that's been passed down to generations for centuries, that maybe just environmentally they've become accustomed to being comfortable around, you know? But
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Watching people lie about their age in chat.
I tell people all the time.
As 39.
I don't even lie anymore.
Or 29.
I just tell people straight out. I'm 68 years old.
How old did you say? 58.
No, I'll tell people I'm 68. Then they'll say, "Man, you look young."
You look
I'll say,
good.
yeah, I know. No, I'm 53.
Well,
all right. So yeah, Matt, I'm glad you came on because I also have a 35 millimeter I want to take out there too.
yeah.
My dad passed, so he left the cameras behind, and no one else wanted them. It's just a Canon EOS 2000,
Rebel probably.
Yeah.
You know what?
Cool.
A camera's a camera. They all work. It's just a matter of I really, my wife and I started calling cameras tools about 10 years ago because in photography, especially in the fine art world, there's cameraless photography now, and that's spilling chemicals on paper, on photographic paper. There's all sorts of things you could do. So to us, the camera is a tool. It doesn't matter if you're using a plastic camera or 2 1/4 camera or an 8x10 camera or a digital camera. Just learn its strengths and play to the strength of the camera.
Sure.
And that's really all it is. I mean, for 10, 15 years, I shot nothing but a plastic toy camera from, called a Holga Diana camera from the 60s, 70s. They're plastic toy cameras. The reason why I shot them is they shot 2 1/4 film. And they shot blurry pictures because the optics were plastic lenses. And so you had blurry forest photos blown up to 30 by 30. And they were just these real soft, dreamy prints, landscapes. I was the anti-Ansel Adams. Anybody can shoot a clear picture of the forest, but who can shoot a blurry one? That's interesting.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
But then I got into the Sasquatch, and then I said, okay, now it can't be blurry. We got to go back. And so,
the trick would be to get everything else to blur, like those people who do the backgrounds on YouTube where they're crystal clear and everything's blurred behind them. You get a camera that if Sasquatch is a little blurry, let that be the case, but make everything else even a little bit blurrier so that it seems like it's a little more in focus.
That's out there. You can do that multiple ways.
A lot of smartphones you can do it on. Some of the cameras that they have is do that fade.
Yeah, I posted some black and white photos of this trip already on Instagram, and I'm using that same technique. Center focus and then blur out from the center. So, but yeah, we had a good weekend. It's
Faster Man says, I've always called my equipment a tool. It's the eye. It's the eye, not the camera.
See, I just clicked the blur deal here now, and it'll reboot, so you can blur your background so that you look really clear. It's even just a StreamYard setting now.
Yeah,
is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to click
on your settings and click on camera, and then there's a deal that you can click the check for blur, and it'll blur the background so that you just look a little more marvelous. I don't like
camera resolution.
No, yeah, you got to go into when you click on settings. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Click on virtual background, not camera. Yeah, you click on virtual background, then just click the
blur. Okay.
And then it'll reboot for a second. Well, it does it. It'll be interesting how it does yours with all those sharp stars and stuff.
It's probably a little.
No. It blurs the edges of your hair because it can't tell where.
Yeah, but it also
and your headband. Yeah.
That's weird. Let me get out of there. It's actually annoying.
I thought it looked good.
No, but it's all choppy. That's better.
Yeah, you definitely can't lean into it.
No.
Well,
see, learn something new every day.
You had a good chat tonight. You always do.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah. Well, I was just popping in, listening, and see who you had on. I wasn't planning on popping on, but yeah, I've just been getting out more, trying to do less talking head and figuring stuff out and get more content. So
Well, getting out there is important, you know.
yeah,
If you're
I mean
gonna,
that was the original plan, and I love doing this probably as much, but you can't do both. It's almost impossible to do both. I had a couple shows lined up. I wanted to get um, Chris Spencer on. I wanted to get Amy on, and I reached out, and it just never works out, and it just gets frustrating because I'm trying to get new people at the level I want to talk to and bounce some things off of them that I'm running into now. I finally have some questions to ask people like that with the structures, and but they were unavailable, and so it just didn't work out, and I don't have time to chase people down like that. So
I think tomorrow I'm going to go out and go further up river and see if I can find more of these structures. And I don't know. I don't know what's making them. Could be kids, could be anybody, could be anything. I don't know, but it's not. It's a heavily traveled area. A hiking trail, but these they're small structures. They're big structures. They're just I don't know what to make of it, because when I'll show you Thursday, I'll show you what I filmed yesterday. But when the water comes up, all the grass and everything, you can see it gets tangled in the branches and shit, and you can see, okay, water came up here. But with this one structure, the water, you can see the grass all over it, after it dried, but there's still sticks put in it. I don't know if they were after the fact. They had to be.
What's interesting is just the little things, because people will ask you after the fact, well, did you pull one of the sticks out? What did the basic, and it's like, oh crap, I didn't think to do that, right? It's like whenever I see a stick that looks like it's been poked into the ground, whether it's an inverted, like, boy, that looks weird, 6-7 foot log that seems to be upside down, it's tapering the wrong direction. I want to pull it out and see if the decay that's in the mud is at the same decay level as the rest of the log, or is it more decayed? Is it been there like that for a while? Little things like that, because a lot of times we're looking at something, trying to analyze it based on just what we can see. And a lot of times that base and where it's stuck in the ground, maybe trying to tell how long it's been in that position, can be really telling to try to determine what are you looking at. For instance, if annually that there's water rose in that area and right now it's down and you see that, I want to know, does it look like that was just stuck in there last week, or has it been like that for a few months?
Sure. This looks old. I mean, the one structure I went straight to, this little one, I had seen it a month ago and it's still there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, then once you realize what you're looking at, it's something you might have walked past 20 times before, and all of a sudden you're like, man, the more I look at that, it looks peculiar. Now all of a sudden you've got an idea, what else am I looking for in this area?
Exactly.
And you find out there's 4 more of them and they're all in a line or something, something. You just start piecing these things together with the forest language, so to speak. But
they were all right along the river, right along the edge. Then, because it's a river bottom you're walking in, and all the way to the where the shoreline would be, there's a lot of cottonwoods and stuff. So I haven't even walked that section yet. I've just stuck with the river, but there's a lot of other exploring I want to do there. So I'll probably get out tomorrow morning when it's cool. Because it's been so hot.
Yeah, and when you do that, I mean, I'm not finding things really on the river. I'm using the river as the highway.
Sure.
But what I'm looking for is when I'm on that trail that is by the river is either a really well-traveled game trail, or in Florida where you have one of those, flooded features that would normally be flooded and run into the river, where when you look in the woods, it's so thick you can't get into it. But that little creek, that little runoff, you can actually get right up on it and walk in it. And you can penetrate about 40, 50 yards. And the beautiful thing is you could probably go 200 yards and not worry about getting lost, because you just turn around and follow it right back to the river.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you get in the woods and you get off trail in Florida, you start turning around. You turn once or twice.
You're screwed. You froze up.
I was gonna
I
tease
think
him.
everybody did.
Oh, he froze. I was gonna tease you about the so thick you can't get it in. I was gonna say that's what she said, but you kept going, so I couldn't squeeze it in there. So couldn't get it in.
Oh gosh. Well, shoot us some snapshots.
Yeah. Hell, even if they aren't a Bigfoot, I'd still like to see what I love looking at when you know the two different types of cameras that were used to take a shot, and you can take the same shot with. It's cool to compare them. I love your idea, Matt, of taking modern examples of cameras versus the Patterson model that was used for the PG film. I mean, to put them on a rail and roll them and compare fields of view and sharpness at 10 feet versus 50 feet versus 100 feet on each one of them. I mean,
digital versus analog.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool experiment.
Yep. I thought I found it once, but I did buy one and then ended up selling it because it was one of those 100-foot mags ones.
I'm gonna say it's probably one of the more sought after models just because of how it became famous. I mean, all the different cameras at that time they could have used, and they used one that there aren't tens of thousands of out there, really.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on it though.
Yeah. That's what she said.
What is wrong with me tonight? I'm just setting you up.
You're too easy,
no,
Matt.
He's sitting there waiting. He's like, go ahead, say it. He's ready for it.
Say something.
You're too easy.
Oh, wait, I can have a Sasquatch head here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Matt, it was great seeing you again, man. Don't be such a stranger.
No, I'm there. I'm listening. I just can't always jump on.
We'll have to hook up one of these days. I'll probably end up back in Florida once everything's settled here. Yeah, there's nothing here for me. No, I'm done with Arizona pretty much. So I'm gonna probably head back to Florida.
Okay. He's a gypsy.
I didn't get to do a lot of stuff that I wanted to do, so I'm gonna go back and do it.
Your bucket list was unfulfilled in Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's a beautiful place just because Florida isn't just Florida. I mean, it's all the different places you can go. It's like, I remember when I was on a vacation up in the Northeast one time, we were in New Hampshire in the White Mountains, and it was like backcountry, wilderness, mountains, and you just go an hour and a half to the east and you're at Portland, Maine at Old Orchard Beach on the seaside, and then you could go an hour and a half straight south down to Boston or Cape Cod area, Falmouth and those areas, and you're out in the fishing village. It's like 3 different parts of the world all within like an hour and a half of each other, right? That's kind of how Florida is. I mean, you think sunny beaches and stuff, but man, there's so many different elements that make up Florida,
It's beach and swamp.
And cypress knees.
Yeah,
And Disney.
No, and it's I joked about it because it's so damn flat. Like the biggest hill is like the bridge you just went over, or a speed bump or something, But you get into northern Florida and it gets a little more hilly, but for the most part, it's just flat.
It becomes baffling on how have we not had a hurricane that just wiped the whole damn south end of Florida right underwater. I mean, because there really isn't high country.
Give me time to get out of here first. Give me time.
Yeah.
I'm working
on it.
No,
there isn't. There's no high country until you get like really north. But
yeah. All right. Well, thanks for letting me pop on. It's nice seeing you too, Matt.
Yep.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for coming and hanging out for a little bit. It's always a good conversation.
All right. You guys take care.
Jeff, take care. Yeah, Matt. So yeah, we'll have to when I do get down there. Don't know when it's going to happen. You know, I got a lot of stuff to take care of here before I do that. But yeah, we'll hang out. I think the only time we hung out was at the conference.
I probably won't go to that. I think
No.
I'm done. I think I'm done with them.
I've only been to the one. It was,
Yeah,
it was all right.
Me too. That was fun. I wanted to go and see what it was like, but I don't think I'm going to put myself in that situation. So,
Right on. Yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, just because I'm still new to this, experience.
Yeah, it's just I'm worried about the influences. You know, I just want to be.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Do your thing and avoid everybody else's drama.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. So anyway, appreciate the invite. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, Matt. I will. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Have an amazing night. Well, guys, that was interesting. Always good to see Matt and Jeff. Is always on. Let me just see what's going on here. Kick from studio. Kick guest. All right. Yeah. Suzanne, thank you for coming on. Everybody that popped on tonight, you guys are awesome. Love just hanging out with you guys, man. This is what I think it's about. It doesn't have to be any specific Bigfoot conversation, but that's my fascination. Fishing and shit like that. That's my passion. Jody, thank you. Good to see you. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you again. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit that notification button so you know that when we're coming on. What else? Hit that like button and also leave comments. I love reading comments. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so below in the description. I'll put my PayPal account link down there. Everything helps. Lord knows. All right, guys. I will see you I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow somewhere. But I'll be back Thursday. And I hope to see everybody there. All right, guys. Peace and God bless.